Hello beautiful people, hello beautiful world, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, I am Ashlee Renise, your accountability and positivity ambassador, aka your millennial life coach. So today we're actually beginning a series. Now, this series may not be very consistent in terms of I may not speak on this series every single week, but we will have videos following up. Now, this series is titled, What Makes Successful Persons Successful? Pretty simple. Or I guess we could call it Success Tips. I don't know. Let me know which title it is that you prefer. But we all know the saying, to become successful, we must study successful persons. So that is what we'll be doing. In each video, we will take a trait, a mindset, or just one thing that successful persons do, and we will analyze that. We will look at the background, see why they do it, and then look at some practical tips for us to apply to our everyday lives. So with that being said, let's get into the video. So the very first trait of a successful person is that they always operate from a place of service and never from a place of ego. Now I know there are many definitions for ego and many definitions for service, but these are the definitions that we'll be working with for this video. Operating from a place of ego is where you are more concerned with yourself, how you are perceived, and the accolades and praises that you will get from doing the thing. Versus operating from a place of service looks more like where you are more concerned with the actual cause and the task at hand that will help that cause. We have Issa and we have Chelsea. They both work at the same office. Issa is very good at her job. She gets her tasks done, is always on time, and so forth. Right? But Issa somehow can never seem to achieve the level of success for the promotion that she's looking for. Now, when we talk to Issa, we find out, hey, Issa, why is it that you do what you do? And she will tell you, I want that promotion. That is all that I care about. I do things that will please other persons because I want to be liked. Therefore, I will get promoted. Then we have Chelsea on the other hand. She's equally good at her job, some would say even better. And when we ask Chelsea, how is it that you consistently show up every day doing your job as good as you do it? And Chelsea will tell you, I don't really focus on what other people think. I simply focus on what I'm trying to achieve, which is to make the customer happy and to achieve the company goals. Who do you think got the promotion first? Now I know you're probably saying, yeah, but they're both very good at their job. It's pretty like a gamble. Either one of them could have gotten the job. But we'll see here that persons with the mindset of Chelsea, they're more likely to be promoted and to actually receive the accolades or success, even if they're not looking for that, simply because they're more focused on providing value. They're more focused on being of service. Therefore, they're willing to go that extra mile simply because they're not caught up in themselves or caught up in what they want, but they are way more concerned with giving service. Okay. Now it's time for us to actually apply this success tip to our lives. So what are some practical ways that we can do this every day? Step number 1. Visualize yourself operating in service. Close your eyes. What would that look like? What would you operating in service at your best, simply being of value, look like to you? It's going to be different for everyone because, of course, everyone's path is different. But I want you to really tap in and find out, what does that look like for me? Step number 2, write it down. I am a huge ambassador for writing things down because it does something where it solidifies things in our brains and we're more likely to connect the dots when we write things down. Write down every detail that comes to you. It may be a little lengthy, it may not be, but I want you to really write down every single detail as plainly and as clearly as possible. Step number 3, revisit this every day. Now, upon revisiting, you might recognize that it changes a little bit, and that is okay. Because guess what? The more you get to know yourself, the more you understand what it truly looks like for you to operate in service. You may start at one point, and then by the end of, say, 30 days, you recognize that it looks like something a little bit different than what you thought. And that is completely fine. It's all a part of the process. So in step 3, I want you to revisit that every day. And if you recognize that it's changing a little bit, that's fine. You simply cross it out or erase it and write what it is that you are now seeing. And then lastly, step number 4, come up with an affirmation that aligns with your vision of you being of service. Y'all know I love affirmations. I am big on it because I understand and know the power and the science behind it. I'll do a video on that soon. But for right now, we're talking about ego and service. So I want you to really come up with an affirmation that aligns with you operating in service. It doesn't even have to be an original affirmation. You can probably search Google, find one if you find it hard to come up with one, or you can create your own. It's totally fine. And of course, I want you to say that affirmation every single day. Every time you revisit what you operating in service looks like, I want you to repeat that affirmation, because what you do then is you strengthen that connection that's in your brain. You strengthen it by saying it every single day, and trust me, you will start operating in it. All right, guys, we've come to the end of our video. But before we go, today's affirmation, y'all guessed it, is I choose service over ego always. Let's say that again. I choose service over ego always. Thank you guys so much for watching, for being here. I'm excited for this series. Of course, I'll let you know when we will have our next video on this series, and I will create a playlist on my channel so it's easy for you to revisit. All right, guys, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Ashlee Renise. And don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Comment down below one success tip that you know of in the comment section, and maybe we'll look into it for our next video. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.